A very good afternoon and welcome to the Polokwane Stadium. It is a match that is intriguing. TUT Football Club are up against the University of Johannesburg. Well, just having a look at the lineups for this afternoon as TUT that takes on University of Johannesburg. It's Tambose Chabako, Mpokarimeng, Palisa Ncholo, Lindiwe Kambulu, Nonzuzo Buthelezi, Esther Ndo, Mamokhatsi Senyatsi, Kukumabitela, Nombuso Malisela, Sbongile Ntwane, and Mahotso Mashini. That is the lineup for TUT as the teams exchange customary greetings. The officials of this match are Takalani Makuvu, Rose Mukwena, and Lebohang Tsikane. Those are the referees in the middle of the park, and the fourth official is Yanela Mpagati. Your match commissioner is Dineo Raolane. So, the introduction of the University of Johannesburg, it's Matsidi Somasebe, Mpo Dlamini, Posha Masilela, Cinderella Mibe, Mihle Lumko, Lusanda Mavundla, Asanda Mkunu, Sbonga Konke Mzobe, Yolanda Mduli Kutlwano, Mapane, Nsandeni Munasi. That is the lineup for the University of Johannesburg. Well, as they come into this match, it is really week 3 of the Hollywoodbets Super League, and we get cracking with the superized group encounter that we have lined up for you. The two captains are taking their position, Estando for the TUT, who's been ever present, this being her 5th season with TUT Matsatsanza, and has been quite a revelation for this particular side. Coming in from a 1-1 draw against the First Touch Football Club, that is TUT, and they find themselves with a very, very vibrant team as the coach, that is Ntwanano Okuba, is looking to revive a side that needs nothing more but maximum points. Two student powerhouses who know each other very well and who both love to play on the front foot. So TUT always dangerous with their pace and physicality, and they'll be looking to stamp the authority very early in this match, while UJ arrive with the reputation for tactical discipline and quick transitions that can hurt you in a moment. Well, for coach Ntabeleng Modike, she's really done fantastically well with this outfit from the University of Johannesburg. It is all systems go at the Peter Mokaba Stadium. Expect a fierce rivalry battle and expect a full-blooded challenges and expect quality in the final third. These are sides stacked with young talent, eager to make a name for themselves and a big stage. Stay with us as kickoff is just moments away here at the old Polokwane Stadium. TUT in their familiar red outfit. They attack in the goal from the left to the right of your screen, and the University of Johannesburg with their away strip, and that is in the black and white, attacking the goal from the right to the left of your screen. An immediate message that has been cleared from the kickoff is the fact that UJ have sent that ball forward, and that will indicate the manner in which they want to get going, which is to draw first blood and be on the front foot. Ball out to the left-hand side, and TUT just slightly dispossessed as Mkunu wins that ball, sends it up front. We have to look at the formations and look to see that University of Johannesburg come in with a very balanced and comfortable 4-4-2 formation with Mzobe and Mavundla, the two players up front, and Dlamini Mibe, Cinderella Mibe, that is Mapane Mkunu, operating in the middle of the park. And then the back four is Masilela Munasi, Yolanda, and Lumko, with the goalkeeper being Matsidiso Matsebe. A bit of a push, and Ncholo Palisa is the player that goes down. When we're looking at TUT, they seem to be coming on an all-out attack with a 4-3-3 formation. Chabane Tambose keeps her place in goal, and Kambule, as well as Ndo, Buthelezi and Mashini. No change in that back four. A very solid back four, but picking up a couple of changes. One in the middle of the park, that is Mpo Nkadimeng, who comes on for Kilebogile Mfati, and Guguma Bitsela, who is up front. She comes in for Mahayeji Ramana, and you also have Mahwatso Senyatsi, who is to come in for Andiswa Jele. So the ball goes out for a throw-in. It is UJ who will send an opportunity to attack. And that ball is dispossessed as the player stayed down. It's a throw-in for, in actual fact, a free kick for the University of Johannesburg. The referee in charge of this match, no nonsense referee in Takalani Makuvu. Free kick for the University of Johannesburg, just outside the big box. There's 5 players in the black and white to aim for. Just on the edge of the box is Mibe. Ball delivered, and that is overcooked, and less of trouble for goalkeeper Tabaku Ndambose. Well taken free kick, however, not dipping quick enough. However, just trickling over the line, and I'm sure her teammates will be a little bit disappointed in that. Ball's quickly gone out for another throw-in for the University of Johannesburg. Masilela takes a throw-in, looking to switch play, taking it out to the right-hand side, picking up Asanda Mkunu, and that ball goes out for a goal kick. Asanda Mkunu, who's been fantastic in the previous week for the University of Johannesburg, is certainly one of those players that would be looked out for, pressing from the front. But it is Mashini Mahotso that gets TUT out of jail with Nonzuzo Buthelezi. It's a long ball, but it is to be tidied up. Mistake made in that attack. Yes, TUT. And that's almost the opening goal for TUT. Goalkeeper Masebe has got to be given credit. Went out, narrowed the angle. A mistake made by Yolanda Nduli to give an opportunity to Gugu Mabitsela. And that ball just trickling away from the goal mouth. Corner for TUT. Corner for TUT. They've come closest in these opening 5 minutes of the match. Corner to TUT. Delivered, and good defensive work as Sibongakonke Mzobe just helps that ball on. Sibongakonke Mzobe, there's a player that stayed down, and in actual fact it's 2 players that have stayed down, And both the medical teams have been summoned onto the pitch. That's the earlier attempt. Looks like Makgotsi Senyatsi, the player that knows how close she got, and she knows that was a chance that could have got them the best possible start in this match. So still receiving treatment. As a frantic start that has been in these beautiful parts of Limpopo. So the tale of response and redemption. TUT wanting to build on that draw, whilst the University of Johannesburg needing a big reaction after that loss against the University of Fort Hare. Lusanda is certainly a player that has to be looked after by Nonzuzo and Estendo. She can be a handful. Seems like there's concerns around Senyatsi. So this will allow the technical bench to maybe have a look at the players that could be brought on. You need your attackers. You've got Nobahle Mdelwa, who could come in if needed, as well as Adriela Mibe is another option. That is for the University of Johannesburg. But we then just look at TUT Matsatsanza and Senyatsi, who's walking off rather gingerly. And good to see that the players are up and about. Referee Takalani Makavu will just maybe get the game going. And let's see if the players injured can make their way back onto the field. We'll try and keep an eye on the injured players. For the moment, University of Johannesburg get a free kick. Gone out to the right-hand side. And another nibble from Malisela. The referee just needing a little bit more of authority, as we've started this game with a bit of a stop-start. And Kuno being helped up to her feet. Stealing a bit of ground as the referee's back is against the play. And UJ being asked to send that ball forward, which is hoofed, looking to target Mzobe and Mavundla. Defense, Ndo does well, plays it well from the ground as Malisela Nombuso sends it up front. It's in the middle of the park. The battle is on yet again. Here's the breaker for TUT, Senyatsi! And goalkeeper does enough. She gets her right hand out and just tips that ball over the bar. So 2 close calls for TUT Matsatsanza. But look at the brilliant play. Look at the pace. And keeper had done enough. Matsidiso so far has won the battle in that. And we will get to see another corner for TUT. It's a corner from TUT. It looks like Sibongile Ntwane that will get to deliver. She has about 4 or 5 players in the red jersey. Keeper comes out, doesn't collect, but the follow-up shot is a poor one that goes over the bar. It will allow for some breathing time and maybe reorganization. But the last touch, one that comes from a TUT player, and the keeper, they're quite relieved. They were also offside call there. The referee just making sure, which is Rose Mokoena, just making sure that UJ are protected for the moment. expecting a long ball from UJ. Yolanda Nduli, who's been ever present in that defense. She's been the defender of the season on 2 occasions. When one looks at the presentation awards for the University of Johannesburg, there's another player that is down for the moment. And the pitch very well prepared. It's in for quite a busy weekend, as today we have 2 fixtures for you. TUT as well as TUT up against UJ, and later on we'll be having Dipkloof Ladies up against TS Galaxy. That match kicks off at 6 p.m. Free kick to UJ. Umihle sends that ball. Keeper follows it, and Dambose, who's really in a bright green uniform. That is Mantambose. Spin around, played for Royal AM. Also played for Bloemfontein Celtic. Had an opportunity to play for Richmond Ladies. That is Mantambose in goals for TUT. Looks to be the part. And more importantly is that for any goalkeeper, they want to keep a clean sheet. Here is Malisela. She's pickpocketed. UJ showing quite impressively how quick they can turn defense into attack, sharing the ball nicely. Good team effort, ball in the box, header away. And TUT with Noncholo Palisa will look to poke holes in that defense that has been bridged on 2 occasions, but the goalkeeper denying both Senyatsi and Kukumabitsela. Played short. Oh, riding a challenge beautifully so as Lisela. And to no man's land, that will just allow TUT the opportunity to get the building blocks together and get those combinations going. Available is Nombuso. Ball played back, looking for the return ball. Out to the left-hand side, Kadimeng. And she has company and is forced right back to pick up Butelezi. Yes, Yolanda Nduli, who's been part of the under-17, part of the under-20 international teams. So really, in terms of a basic responsibility, has got great technique. Here's an opportunity for Mavundla. She's inside the box, easily dispossessed by Estendo. Lusanda Mavundla has remained on the ground. And the referee just quickly having a look at Lusanda. That is the battle. No, just maybe nibbling at the toe there. And eventually winning that ball for TUT. Well, Estendo's been ever present. Another stalwart defensively. A workaholic of note who gives 100% in every match. She hasn't missed a single match last season. And here she is brightly starting again for TUT. One thing that TUT have got correctly is that back line that has been very, very solid. The changes normally in your attacking third. Coach Kubai has made sure that he's kept the stability, he's kept the spine of the team. And one just waiting for Lusanda Mavundla to get back into the action. But as you know the rules, once the medical team has been summoned, you need to leave the field and get back to the center line for the 4th official to acknowledge and get you back in the field. A mistake made, but good recovery. Lindy Wenkambule looking to tear down the left-hand side, but she's forced backwards. Estendo makes herself available, but it's a long ball in search of Malisela, but UJ win it back. A mistake made. Turn around in terms of possession. Kutlwano Mapane picks the ball up for the UJ. Cinderella Mibe calling for the supply. As that ball lurking on the far side of the pitch. Eventually, Dambose. Played short from defense. Out to the left-hand side is TUT. Playing with a lot of comfort, purpose, and more especially up front. The attacking trio of Mabitsela, Malisela, and Senyati have really probed and given problems to a defense that has been well drilled by coach Ntabileng Mediko. That is Yolanda Nduli Nsandeni, Mihle, and Masilela. So Portia has really been a handful. The referee just wanting to drop that ball. Takalani Makuvu. Chambose plays it to Ndo. She's under pressure, but not too perturbed by the player that does ask questions. That's Esther Ndo, who's looking to set the team up front by launching those long attacks when spotting the numbers. So a free kick is given to TUT. Ntwane looking to get behind the defense and not waiting for that ball is Mamokhatsi Senyate. I think she was pretty much flat-footed when that ball was delivered. Mistake made in the defense again. And Kambule under pressure from Lusanda Mavundla. Here's Mavundla looking to whip that ball in, sells a dummy, then delivers it inside the box. That's the opening goal. Brilliant work by the University of Johannesburg in what looks like a Lusanda Mavundla goal. A well-worked piece of attack coming from the right-hand side. Good work, a good fight, a good dummy. Delivery was excellent. Connection was inch perfect. And goalkeeper Chabaku Ntambose beaten in that particular moment. Lusanda Mavundla getting onto the score sheet very early in this first half. So 18 minutes on the clock. Drawing first blood is the University of Johannesburg. That is a wake-up call for TUT, without a doubt. Yolanda Mduli giving instructions from the defense. Here's another opportunity inside the box. Snap, crackle, and pop. It's a second goal. What a lesson being taught here. TUT still finding themselves very cold. Delightful ball, great header, and braveness, beating Tambose yet again. A moment of brilliance and a moment to cherish. It looks like Spongagonke Mzobe, who got onto a delightful ball and made it 2-0. Two quick goals in succession. That's Dlamini rather getting onto the goal scoring chart. So, confirmation of the scoreline. That is after 20 minutes, 2-0 in favor of the University of Johannesburg. What a way to punish an opponent. 2 quick goals a minute apart. And it was delight. Dlamini getting into the right space, putting pressure on the last man. Here's another moment, and Estendo this time is not to be beaten. Paleson Charlo takes the ball forward. Sanyata is available, but she plays it back instead. I'm sure Coach Kubai will be wanting his charges to push forward. Ball out, looking for Makoto Mashini. Yes, TUT, promising move. And that is just hacked away by Portia Masilela, which will allow the University of Johannesburg to organize themselves defensively. Nduli giving chase. And ball delivered comfortably into the handbag. Gugu Mabitsela asking questions of goalkeeper Masebe, who responds rather positively and says, I got you covered. Long ball from the keeper, intercepted by Estendo. TUT are shell-shocked. It's Nombuso, picked up by Mashini, looking to make inroads. Paul Kadimeng is really wanting to push up, and Paul Kadimeng looking to take on players as the ball is out for a throw-in. Paying dividends with the balance of the formation as Mibe Mapane, the two central midfielders, giving some good balance to the University of Johannesburg. Mzobe and Mavundla peeling off and feeding from the midfield of Mkunu and Mpo Dlamini. UJ starting rather brightly. Here's another opportunity for the University of Johannesburg, and goalkeeper this time, quick off a line, sends a long ball forward, looking to find the attackers, but Yolanda Nduli's first touch lets it down. So we have an opportunity on the left-hand side, but UJ will apply the safety first. And talking about that, Lumke Mihle is brought down, and the referee gives a free kick to the University of Johannesburg. Coach Modiko having a word with Portia Masilela on the left-hand side, just below your screen, maybe giving her instructions to tighten up the defense a little bit, close the lines, and make sure that the spaces in between are quite managed. Discipline important in that defense. Header. Hacked forward. Here's Dlamini. This time a ball trickles all the way to no man's land. But TUT seemed to understand the urgency. A good ball. Keeper comes out. She had to be quick. And seems to be a good moment of defense for the University of Johannesburg. That defense was in 6s and 7s, and the keeper being called upon, spotting the danger, got a foot in, and that was enough. Header from TUT. Dooley sends it right back. Here's University of Johannesburg with Kutluano Mapane. Mapane then brings in Mavundla. And turnover ball to TUT. Sibongile Ntwane. Yes, Yolanda. And the free kick is given to the University of Johannesburg with 25 minutes on the clock. TUT are found wanting. Dooley does well to get that ball out and also wins a free kick for her team. Still grimacing in pain is Yolanda Dooley, staying down on her haunches and maybe asking for a little bit of water for some hydration. Dooley just shaking that moment off. Very well disciplined and well-structured side is the University of Johannesburg. It looks like Kutluano who will send this ball up front in the absence of Portia Masilela, who's pushed up. As Portia Masilela joining in the conversation and in the plan. That is. So Kotlwano just pushes up the players, Dooley moving a lot more central. The player being asked to leave the field after some treatment. It's a long way to get back in, but I'm sure the referee on the far side will allow. Here's another attack by the University of Johannesburg as Dlamini whips that ball in. First touch, good. Here's a chance for the University of Johannesburg. And Mkunu makes a hash of that attack. And perhaps using the wrong technique and expectation of maybe using the toes to toe poke that attempt. But running into danger. That could have been 3. Outnumbered were TUT in that moment of attack. Here is TUT with an opportunity of their own. Nombuso Malisela, she's closed down. And again, you've got to compliment the defense of the University of Johannesburg. Applying the basics correctly, making sure that there are no crosses coming in from the width. Ball inside the box. Here's TUT on the edge of the box. Mkunu looks to create some space for herself, but good work there, covered by Malisela Portia, who's come on to help her defensively. It's a throw-in, and Mashini, that's Mahotso Mashini takes a throw-in, but possession turned over. The University of Johannesburg just have that slight edge of being maybe quickest to the ball. There's another player that goes down for the moment. We'll quickly get to see who that player is. And a strong challenger. And what looks like maybe poor Dlamini in that moment. She stayed down and receiving treatment. Well, she's actually just helped herself to come out of the pitch so the match can continue. The referee just having a word with the ladies. Some strong challenges that have come in. That was a moment earlier and a moment missed. Ball laid back, looking to pick up Asanda Mkunu, and that ball just missing narrowly wide. University of Johannesburg looking to protect their 2-goal cushion. TUT on the edge of the box and looking for a first-time shot is Kukumabitsela. Ball being sent right back by Karimeng out on the left-hand side. 2 players with acres of space, but having strayed into an offside position. The flag goes up and comes to the rescue of the University of Johannesburg defense that had been stretched, not checking the blind side of Yolanda Mduli. One's going to have to look at Ntsandeni Munasi as well as Portia Masilela, who need to cover Yolande when she makes the effort to push up a little. 30 minutes on the clock. TUT no. University of Johannesburg 2. Goal scored by Lusanda Mavundla in as early as the 18th minute. A minute later, Paul Dlamini getting the second for the University of Johannesburg. Here's another opportunity for Paul Dlamini. And nicely shepherded into charge, which will allow Chabaku to launch another attack, and remaining very disciplined is TUT. They believe in the plan, they believe in the mandate, which is to play from the back, even though they are dealing with the mid-block from the University of Johannesburg. He has the ball coming in from the left-hand side, whipped over the bar, and that will be a disappointment for TUT. They seem to get the numbers. It was 3 against 3, and maybe a little bit of patience, the decision making in that moment, one that needs to be rectified, and quickly at that. Mihle, ball goes out for a throw-in. TUT defensively look a little bit more organized in the middle of the park with the numbers that indicate they want to take a numerical advantage. Here's the ball just in front, looking to play a wall pass, but it is a negative one at that. Ball into space, giving chase is Malisela. Ball kept in place, keeper gets it on a second attempt. Great piece of play from TUT. Ball was whipped to the right hand side, and you got to give credit to Asanda Nkunu or Nombuso for whipping that ball back up. You can't fault them for effort. Throw in from TUT. Picked up by UJ into the middle of the park. Here is an opportunity for the UJ, but again, great work from Nonzuzo. A use of the hand there, and referee doesn't like it and gives the free kick to TUT. TUT have the numbers up front, resorting to 3 defensively, have pushed one player into the middle of the park where they really want to take control, but the University of Johannesburg catching them with the balance that they have 2 central midfielders who seem to be working in unison. When Kutlwana goes up, you've got Mibe staying back. When Mibe goes forward, Kutlwana does a great cover as Mibe. Look at Dlamini. Ball out to the right-hand side. Here's another opportunity. Player goes down. Penalties given. UJ are cruising this afternoon. It's a penalty for the University of Johannesburg. Ball nicely slid through the defense and finding Mzobe, and down she goes in the box. Well, it's a penalty. The referee just making sure that the ball is on the penalty spot. And goalkeeper Chabaku Ntambose wondering what is going on with her defense. There are questions being asked. The University of Johannesburg oozing with confidence, but this time the ball is left for their penalty taker in Yolanda Nduli to see if she could send the keeper the one way. So with hands on the hips and a determination to support that, Yolanda Nduli up against Ntambose takes a walk to the ball and just gets it fixed up on the penalty spot. Looking on is Nkambule, Estendo, Butelezi. They've got to be all alert, because if the goalkeeper makes a save and that ball, she does need support from her defenders. Mahotso Mashini just being awake. Referee just making sure goalkeeper is on her line and doesn't move before the time. The assistant referee Tsikane Lebogang on the far side has got to make sure that the goalkeeper is ready. So it is Nduli against Ntambose. Nduli against Ntambose for this penalty to make it 3-0 if successful. A long wait. And referee gives a signal. Dooley takes a run. Dombose takes a position. Beaten. And 3-0 in favor of the University of Johannesburg. Yolanda Dooley makes it 3-0 after 35 minutes. The University of Johannesburg taking full control of this match. We do have the halftime break, in which the coach, that is Kubai, will be hoping to rectify the mistakes being made. TUT looking one more time to see if they can break the wall of Jericho. Not budging. Away by Ndo. Yolanda using a keeper. First time. Under pressure from TUT. UJ come away with it. Good, wonderful piece of play. Dlamini gives chase. Oh, there was some lovely touches from the University of Johannesburg getting that ball forward. Good fluid movements as one has a look at a very well-drilled, well-organized side. Lusanda leaves that ball for Masilela. Porsche. And who makes himself available? Mzobe. Foul. And referee is quick to give the turnover ball to TUT. While without the ball boys and ball girls who are present at the stadium volunteering, it would be difficult to get this game going. But again, just to share the fixtures that do lie ahead, 6 p.m. today. Dipkloof ladies, the rookies of the Hollywoodbets Super League. They are in for a afternoon of intrigue up against TS Galaxy Queens. So as it stands, the University of Johannesburg will probably get the 3 points and move within a whisker of a JVW, or will take, they'll go into second position, and only on goal difference, that is. Ball nicely picked up by goalkeeper, and quickly releases the ball out to Yolandi over the top into the opposition territory. Running into trouble, and University of Johannesburg with Kutlwano Mpane just diffuses the situation. That ball being allowed to trickle out for a throw-in, as the turnover ball is in favor of TUT. Hoofed forward. Looking for Nonzuzo. TUT keeping possession. Palisancholo. But it's UJ who doesn't allow them to settle. Out on the left-hand side, here's an opportunity for Lusanda Mvundla, who's creating havoc, switching flanks every now and then. There's Cinderella Mibe on the far side. She plays it back, looking for Mihle Lumko. Lumko then sends it up front one more time as Asanda Mkunu gives her the option. She's closing down and defending from the front. Playing with the mid-block is the University of Johannesburg. And when necessary, they do push the numbers up front. So a 3-0 scoreline for the University of Johannesburg. And 5 minutes to go indicates a mountain to climb for TUT. Dominance in the middle of the park. Ball whipped in. Here's an opportunity for Mavundla, who was on the right-hand side. That was the first goal with the header there that got the floodgates opened in as early as the 18th minute. And then the follow-up from Dlamini was sublime, getting on the end of a delightful cross coming again from the right-hand side. Then there was the penalty, and Yolanda Nduli just taking that one to make it 3-0. It's a big ask of TUT. Here's UJ one more time. Mavundla on the ball. Kutlwano looking to find Asanda on the right, looking for the return ball, but available is Kutlwano yet again. Ball played back to Munasi. Munasi then finds Nduli. Nduli sends it up front and says, look, just see what you can do. For the moment, we are cruising. Here's a mistake being made in that attack, as Dlamini is adjudged to have been overzealous. Estando is the player that in that moment. So the scoreline being confirmed. UJ looking to make the first change. Surprisingly, one in the 42nd minute, which is so close to the halftime. We'll get to see who is the player that left the field. So Kabelo Mokoena is the player that comes in. It's a defensive-minded player, and I think it could be Munasi, a player who appeared to have been injured in as early as the 19th minute or so. We'll get to confirm that particular change a little bit later. But Kabelo Mokoena comes in, and she will settle into that defense. There's a player that goes down. Palisa Ncholo being helped up to her feet. Palisa Ncholo operating in that central midfield. Makgotso pushing up, giving TUT a little bit of width. That ball being left for Nonzuzu Buthelezi to whip it forward. Makgotso's on the left-hand side. Malise Nambuso on also looking to get the receiving end. Keeper goes out, and she drops it, but she also has the referee on her side that spots the infringement and quickly makes her way to the player. So Matidiso, who is still remained on the ground. Matidiso is being helped up to her feet. Well, she's had quite a busy afternoon, but has done exceptionally well to keep her team in it. And for any goalkeeper, a clean sheet is what you really want. That gives your team a chance. Talking about clean sheets, well, Moletsani of the University of Fort Hare, she's currently with 2 clean sheets. That is in the Super League era. And Dlamini of Mamelodi Sundowns and Bosija of Mamelodi Sundowns with clean sheet apiece. Good turn in the midfield, looking to find Malesela. UJ give away possession. Another chance. Ball out to the right-hand side, and eventually that ball goes out for a throw-in. 2 minutes of referee's additional time. 2 minutes for TUT to pull one back, but against a defense that is absolutely resilient this afternoon, it's proving to be quite a task. Asanda, Malisela, keeper in the air, and both players have stayed down, clashing in that moment as goalkeeper plucked that ball from the air. It was a throw-in, a quick one from Makgotso, and Malisela hoofed that ball up in the air, collected by Masebe, but with it taking down Senyatse in the process. So, treatment on both players. When you see movement, you're quite happy. You know, you're quite comfortable because you then realize that it's not as bad, but you want to get to see the players run it off. Does look like Senyatse, the player who had gone highest. They know that it is important to try and pull one back to make life a little easier in the second half. With minutes to go to the break, the University of Johannesburg cruising 3-0 up against TUT. They have been ruthless in front of goal, turning the early pressure into a commanding lead. Every attack that looks like it could produce another, and TUT, who came into this one off a 1-1 draw with first touch, are rocking here and desperately needing to regroup and get some composure on the ball. They're looking to simply make it through to the half-time without further damage, as the 3-0 is already an uphill battle. So, the referee could blow her whistle any minute now for the break. Is having her work cut out. Injury to the play. That looks like Mamokgati Senyatse.
substitution, TUT. Coming out, jersey number 24, Lindiwe Gabule. Coming in, jersey number 25, Mokolo Gode.
A medical team just over. It looks like Nombuso Malisa, who's the player that seemed to have been fouled. So ball is whipped in comfortably into the hands of the goalkeeper there. Bounce of the ball is an awkward one, but Yolanda Dooley does well to recover on a second attempt. Here's Sibongile Ntwane playing it short at the back and under pressure. Buthelezi close down. Buthelezi recovers. And that ball is whipped out to take it out of the troubled areas for TUT. But with Nduli in that defense, seems to read there's another opportunity where the goalkeeper's gone down and the referee had to be quick to stop play and attend to the goalkeeper. That's Ntambose, just out of your picture. We do apologize for the break every now and then. Technicians are working on the problem. So 50 minutes on the clock, 3-0 in favor of UJ. Still receiving treatment is the goalkeeper. And just a reminder that 6 p.m. Diepkloof will be up against TS Galaxy, a team that won comfortably over the weekend against Copper Bells, winning there by 4-1. And when you look at that particular fixture, is absolutely mouth-watering. Diepkloof, who are yet to register their first win, they went down by 2-1 against Richmond, yet to collect points. And when you look at the Super League era, Diepkloof is at the bottom of that log, yet to get a point. And TS Galaxy currently in second position with 4 points. This is from 2 matches, 1 win, 1 draw. So game will get underway. Stellies is another team that is yet to get points in that particular group. So TUT, who are comfortably in the Super Rise stream, they are second behind JVW. UJ are fourth, but with the result they would swap places. Good defending. Good attempt to go forward. The chase is on, ball kept in play by TUT, showing some wonderful feet, happy feet as they say, but that gets the team in trouble. And good tracking back eventually did enough to stop UJ from a frantic counter-attack, which is one that has been the order of the day. A crowd buzzing and are quite happy to see the festival take place in Limpopo. And one is still putting pressure on UJ to close this out in style, or TUT mounting something special here as a comeback, which will be truly something to marvel. Free kick to UJ. Dambos. There's a lot of movement in the box. 5 players in a black jersey, and just also on the edge of the box, It's played short, not spotted. Ball in Mzobe. And that trickles over the line for another corner. Unmarked and not necessarily focused with the player to what the action is at TUT. Almost punished yet again. So a corner it is for the University of Johannesburg. Goalkeeper struggling with the shade in her eyes and having to try and focus on the ball. Played short one more time. Ball delivered in the box. Keeper under pressure. Good header. Ball still lurking. Danger lurking. And eventually the goalkeeper collects rather comfortably. Looking for a quick attack. And it's a free kick to the University of Johannesburg. So another drop ball. So UJ will get an opportunity to get the game started. Selling a dummy and looking to thread forward Asanda Mchunu and Mpon Plamini, who have been a problem on the left and the right hand side. Cross comes in. A last touch of TUT. Another corner. Cutting through is Dlamini. Tried to deliver a ball. And the defense, they're just standing firm and making sure that they are disrupting the play and not allowing the cross to come in. So corner to UJ. Played short. Mzobe plays it back. Dlamini delivers in. And that is pretty close. The ball trickles over the line, but inches away from making it a fourth. That was some interesting play. Nicely played back. Good delivery with a bit of spin. Keeper got a hand to it and did enough to turn that ball away. TUT still trying to shake off the frailties of the first half. When you have Estendo pushing up, looking for that equalizer, it's really concerning. Ball out to the left. Nduli steps in. And the flag goes up frantically. Referee just looking to give the free kick, I think, to TUT. Just on the edge of the box. Yolanda Nduli offering her apologies for that strong challenge. So free kick to TUT. Six players making an entry, or inside the box it's 5. On the edge of the box there's a player there. 2 just lurking and hoping to capitalize on winning the second ball. Dlamini having to come in and support. It's played short. Good back heel. And player goes down. Penalty it is. Penalty for TUT. And the early pressure gives an indication of the comeback. And Yolanda seems to be the guilty player for giving that or making that infringement inside the box. So the goalkeeper has a task. Can she keep a clean sheet? Well, it looks like Estendo. Keeper is beaten. Delightful ball. And there's an urgency about TUT as they pull one back. So Spongile Nkwane gets the goal. So Spongile Nkwane takes the penalty and gives TUT some hope. Ball overcooked there as Sandam Kunu tried to keep it in play. Ball in the air. And it goes out for a throw-in. Another opportunity to clear their lines. Yes, Bongi Lenkwane, the goal scorer, threading that ball through. Well picked up in defense nicely by Munase. Kabelo Mokoena has been fantastic. Ball goes out for a throw-in. Another change coming through.
Coming out, jersey number 7, Asande Kunu. Coming in, jersey number 17.
Asandam Kunu gives way. That's the first change, second change. And Nobahle Mdelwa is the player to come in. So Nobahle Ekola Mapotwe. Nobahle Mdelwa. Nobahle Mdelwa. And Munase is another player that comes out. So we'll get to confirm those changes. So the ball goes out. It's a free kick there for University of Johannesburg. Ball almost cleared from the edge of the box. Here's TUT sending another long ball. The chase is on, but quick thinking by Yolanda. Ball shared, picking up Munasi. Good turn from Kutlwano. Keeper brought into the equation. Yolanda Mduli. This time UJ are looking for another launch pad. Dlamini wins that ball. Taken out to the left-hand side. Posha Masilela is pushed up. Here's Dlamini. She's got two players to aim for. Into the box, and that ball goes out into the side netting. Chabak watched that right up until the end. So, goal kick. There's another scrappy affair in the middle of the park, but eventually UJ try to conjure up a couple of passes, but TUT have got the bite here in the second half in that midfield. Good ride away from the ball, and a strong challenge has left Noncholo on the ground on the halfway line. So Mpo Kadimeng has given way. Mpo Ramana Mokhayechi. So Ramana Mokhayechi is the player to come on. So making the changes in the middle of the park, fresher legs, player management crucial. Ball lifted into the box, header away by Nduli. Helped on as UJ looking to break attack. But ball picked up by Palisa. And a throw in it is in favor of TUT. So it is a free kick there. University of Johannesburg living rather dangerously for the moment. Ball hoisted up front, looking to thread it through to pick up Adriela Mibe, who's made her way onto the field. And all alone is Mpho Dlamini, who had strayed into an offside position. So TUT having pulled one back, we confirm the scoreline as TUT 1, University of Johannesburg 3. They play together in the USAs. They know each other very well. So Adriela Mibe has come on. She'll give them a lot of width going forward. TUT with the Ndo available and acres of space. She's not spotted. There's an urgency about going forward. Here's Dlamini cushioning the ball. Well defended by Esther Ndo. Out to the left-hand side is Adriela Mibe calling for it, but Mapotwe, who is Nobahle Mdelwa, tries to thread that ball through the legs. Could have played it first time and picked up Adriela Mibe. And the flag is still up for Mashini. Nobahle brings in Mibe. Mibe takes it to the left-hand side, picks up Mapane. Oh, what a ball! Follow-up is good. Great effort by UJ. Keeper was beaten the first time. The woodwork coming to the rescue, but could not stop it the second time, as the follow-up was good. Defense went to sleep. Let's have a look at that again. Strike. Brilliant off the woodwork. And the follow-up is a good one. UJ make it 4-1. Adriela Mibe getting onto that score sheet in the 67th minute to make it 4-1. You've got to give credit to Kutlwano, who let drip from the middle of the park. Here's Mdelwa! And that ball goes for a goal kick. You're looking for a spring in your step? You'll certainly find Adriela Mibe. Well, she is full of experience and been part of the Banyana setup. UJ dispossessed in that midfield with Ntwane looking to thread that ball through. Nombuso coming on, sneaking in on the edge of the box, takes that strike. That's very, very simple from Bonolo Boshoko, who's come in. Bonolo Boshoko making a good connection, but keepers using those precious minutes and trying to break the momentum. Another long ball bobbling in the middle of the park. Here's UJ with defensive work. Yolanda does the sensible by leaving that ball for Lumko. Ball goes out, and the coach there, Mr. Kubai, wanting the girls to exert themselves a little bit more. So free kick to TUT. Nombuso Malisa. So another free kick. Played short, out to the left. No, dispossessed. Giving away a corner. And it is Adriela Mibe who's getting a lot of work done. So it was played short. And Lindelwa Mabuza. Corner. Another corner will be given as Sibongi Lentwane is given a second opportunity. Consecutive corners. They've got the players in the box. Keeper collects that rather easily, plucks it from the air as if she's picking those oranges. And it's a quick release out to the left-hand side. He has trouble. Dlamini's been menacing. And this time nullified by Nonzuzo. Nonzuzo gets stuck in it again. The bounce of the ball is one that TUT has benefited from. Twane, yet again, one player to aim for. Ball is slid through, but there are elements of an offside. And eventually it's Malisa who tries to come away with it. The battle that is won by UJ. Here's Mibe, runs into trouble, is quick off the field. And bounce of the ball, one that was a bit tricky. And that ball goes in favor of UJ. So Kabelo Mokoena to take the throw in. She plays it short, finds Mibe. Dlamini out to the left-hand side. The race is on, the chase is on. Mpo has been fantastic. And goalkeeper also called in. And the goal kick is given. Mpo Dlamini has stayed on the ground but outside the field, and that would mean the game can continue. On the edge of the box is UJ. They normally are in their orange uniform, but here's Kutlwano on the ball, looks for Mibe, finds Mibe, and this time UJ are forced to get the ball out to allow the players back into position. So a throw in for TUT. With the back against the defender. Keepers off a line if spotted by Mamokhatsi. And the corner is given the last touch, according to the assistant referee on the far side. Rose Mukwena indicates that it is a corner to TUT. And, to the amazement of Portia Masilela, who believes she had done enough. And the first line of defense is Kutlwano Mapane. She's making sure she narrows that angle. Ball whipped in. Keeper comes out with the one hand. Here's the opportunity for UJ to break. And Palisan Cholo gets that deflection. UJ with two players. A bit of communication there in that moment that allows Mibe to take the ball forward. It's another opportunity to find Nobahle. Nobahle brought down. Adriela Mibe looked to be running, and Nobahle gave her an option. But Adriela will be very quick to get herself up and about. So free kick to the University of Johannesburg. Nobahle Mdelwa on the ball together with Portia Masilela. Portia Masilela and Nobahle Mdelwa over the ball. Nobahle delivers. But it is TUT that managed to defuse the situation. Away by Kabelo Mokoena. So Kabelo Mokoena has done well in that defense. UJ with a bit of an advantage as they push the players forward. 75 minutes on the clock. And cruising is the University of Johannesburg. 4 goals to the good. Lusanda Mavundla, Mpo Dlamini, Yolanda Nduli, and Adriela Mibe getting on to the score sheet. Throw in. TUT, who are very hastily looking to get up front. Well, they've got work to do. 3 against 3. Yolanda backing up, eventually winning that ball, but inside the box. Good support play from Ntsandeni Munasi. Yolanda did enough, just got a right foot into that tackle that stopped a TUT attack. Dlamini. She's been fantastic this match, is Dlamini.
The substitution for University of Johannesburg coming out, jersey number 20.
Well,
Port
Dlamini,
number 10.
who's had a fantastic day at the office, Lindelwa Mabuza.
Coming out, jersey number 6. Spoga Konke Sobe coming in, jersey number 18. Tembiso so to 1.
Well, Tembi Msomi is the player that comes on. Msomi comes on for Mzobe, and Lindelwa Mabuza comes on for Mpho Dlamini. So Mabuza will come in and slot into the left-hand side of the field, and Stembi Lemsomi. So Stembi Lemsomi will just go up front. The coach having the luxury to make these changes. Mabuza, Msomi, Malisa on the ball. It was a strike from distance, and keeper will take her time. She knows all about chewing the clock. That is a goalkeeper, Masebe. She wants Yolanda to hoof that ball forward. Yolanda will certainly be looking for Adriela Mibe. She'll be looking for Msomi, who's just come on, and Lindelwa Mabuza. And it's intercepted by TUT. Here's an opportunity. Taking the strike, keeper way off the line. You got to give credit to Ramana. So Ramana, who came on from Mpho Kadimeng, fancied a shot there, and why not? Mukhaeji Ramana, who came on for Mpho Kadimeng. Nduli. Enterprising play, good defending. When the ball goes down on the left-hand side, you just do pick up a bit of a panic in that defense of TUT. Throw in. Good feet. Eventually that ball goes out, and it's a throw in to TUT. 5 goals in this match. Some brilliant piece of play from UJ. If you had asked me before the match what would the scoreline have been, I would have never guessed that we would have seen 5 goals. Usually it's a very tightly contested encounter. Palisa Ncholo. And referee just blows the free kick in favor of TUT. Ndo. Header away. Delwa is looking to find Mibe. Ball is still in the air. Falls off for Delwa. And two players go down. Should we have a look at Portia Masilela, who fell a little bit awkwardly on the ball, but good to see the fitness of the players here. Although she has a heavily strapped left knee, is Portia Masilela. She leaves that ball with the hope that Lumko will get it up front, and that is a poor ball all the way to goalkeeper Chabaku. Great work there from Mashini. Riding a challenge, the referee allows play to continue as Mibe picks up Nobahle. Mobahle on the left-hand side, sends it up front to Adriela Mibe. And ball kept in play. Adriela looking to deliver the players. There's not that many shirts to aim for. And eventually possession turned over. Adriela on the ball, who's coming in from the blind side, as Matlamini. And that ball goes comfortably into the hands of the goalkeeper there. Portia Masilela is pushed up. Good work from TUT. Smongile. Yolanda gets a touch that falls comfortably, and that was a good effort. However tame it was, but goalkeeper would have been in trouble. Kuku, whose ball took a deflection. Seems like there's a problem with the pressure on the ball. And the referee is quite happy with the alternate. So 82 minutes on the clock. Both sets of players pushing up. And Yolanda's just wanting the goalkeeper to hoof that ball up front. But TUT pressing a little bit high and hoping that there will be a mistake made. Kuku Mabitsela. Keeper does well. Bounce of the ball looking for Nobahle Mtelwa. Mashishi goes out. Throw in for UJ. Munasi will leave that ball for Kabelo Mukwena. Mukwena almost on the halfway line. Plays it short. But this time Estendo does well. Malisa, header away. That as far as Spongi Lentwane. Picked up by UJ. Looking for Nobahle. Does find Nobahle. Mdelwa. Nobahle gets the return ball. Adriela Muibe is available. Nobahle waltzing away, showing the skill. She goes down, and the referee supports the play by giving the free kick to Nobahle Mdelwa. Showing some great pace and also vision, but more importantly is the excellence on playing the music with her feet and eventually being stopped in her tracks. Machini doing exceptionally well to dethrone or to stop that play. There's a bit of pushing and shoving in the box. Portia steps up. Lindelwa Mabuza is also in the mix. It looks like Portia to take that. And walking away is Lindelwa. Mibe. Ball delivered to the goalkeeper and easily picked up there. Lumko took the strike. Yes, TUT. Kwane, what a run! But stopped by Yolandi, realizing that they were outnumbered, did enough to just stop the play. And ball goes all the way to keeper. The second half has really brought a bit of a tighter affair. Ndo. Easily dispossessed. Nobatle is available with acres of space. Runs into trouble. Good work by Makhotso. And eventually the throw-in. There's an urgency about TUT. There's an urgency about TUT. A bit of a rush of blood to the head. And Mashini all eager to get going. And the referee, they're just coming to talk to Nobatle Mdelwa and Makhotso Mashini to say, just stamp it out before I give you the yellow card. And it looks like Nobatle Mdelwa is getting the yellow card, instead being very provocative. So, yellow card for Nobatle Mdelwa. Throw in by TUT. Mashini intercepted. Mibe. Ball out to the left. UJ. Good return ball. Michelumko. But TUT come away with it. They've looked promising when going forward. Especially that player on the ball, Smongi Lentwane. She's really worked hard in the midfield. A bit of a push and a shove. And again, the referee might just pull out a yellow card in that moment. The response to that challenge was one that was not accepted. And another yellow card for the UJ. It looks like Lindelwa Mabuza is the player that gets a yellow card. So 2 yellow cards in succession. Very quick cards at that. So we are fast reaching the regulation time with the referee still to add some optional time. But this almost looks done and dusted for the University of Johannesburg. We can comfortably say they have taken the 3 points. Here's Adriela Mibe needing to whoop that ball in, and Ndo stood firm. But defense that has been found wanting more than once as they continue to search for the goals that they need. But a good hustle there by Adriela Mibe and a good delivery, but you can't get past Esther Ndo. She's quite happy to give away the corner. Adriela Mibe has come in and given UJ even more attacking prowess. Coach Modike just having a word with the players on the touchline, indicating that she wants them to press up. When Mibe's got the ball going up front, there's not that many players that run with her, so the delivery very often has got to be delayed. The delivery has got to be delayed. Corner. No, it's actually a free kick. There's about 3 players that are in a circle. Well, she decides to leave it. Well, they stood there as if it was a free kick, but the flag, the assistant referee indicating that it is a corner. So just 3 players, the 4th one slowly trickling in from UJ. Whistle could blow any time as that ball goes into the side netting. A bit of a disappointment from Mihle. Esther It's quick to send that ball up front. Good movement.
Additional time.
Yolanda Ndouli's really got some pace and excellent defending. So 90 minutes done and dusted. And referee, we are in referee's optional time. Can TUT find a way back into this match? The answer is categorically no. They are beaten by a team that made sure they took the opportunities. So free kick it is for the UJ. And taking her time is Portia Masilela. Sends a long ball, looking for Mdelwa. But it's picked up by TUT in the midfield. A good rotation. A bit of a hustle from UJ. Putting the pressure. Mibe gives chase. Keep her under pressure. And forced into an error. Nonzuzo Buteles goes down rather easily. Quickly taken. In the middle of a park, it's Pali Sancholo. Keepers quick to read that out. And a mistake made. Beautiful play. Good hustling. Senyatsi Mamokhatsi gets a goal for TUT. To make it respectable. 4 goals to 2. A goal in referee's optional time. So Mamokhatsi Senyatsi gets the goal for TUT.
University of Technology. 4. University.
So good hustling and a never say die attitude. That was enough to give TUT a respectable scoreline. Nduli, keeper made a hash of it. The bounce of the ball a little bit deceiving. Ball over the top. Picked up by Ntwane. Looking for Mdelwa. Good work there by Mashini. And eventually a bit of a push from Mashini. It is a turnover ball to the University of Johannesburg. And Lindelwa Mabuza, the player that was bundled off the ball. Lindelwa Mabuza, she leaves that ball for Lumko. The UJ is a team that is full of quite diminutive players. Not tall at all, but their reading of the game is absolutely impressive. Ball over the top, keeper comes out, header! And that went into the side netting. And that was pretty close to make it 5 for UJ. Let's have a look at this. It was a beautiful piece of play. Ball floated by Masilela. And the connection was a good one, but keeper did enough. 3 minutes being played of referee's optional time. I think when I got to see the board, I spoke of 5 minutes. So UJ for the moment have given, not shown fight. Lindelwa Mabuza, they've not given up. Mdelwa runs into trouble as Mashishi does well. Mdelwa will want to take it quick. Picks up Mabuza. Mabuza will deliver the ball in the box. Ndo gets it away. Great resilience from TUT. Picked up by UJ. They can shoot from distance. And that ball just misses the goal mouth and goes out for a goal kick. We have a few seconds to go to the 5 minutes added by referee Takalani Makavu, who's had a good day at the office. UJ have really just been a menacing side. Portia Masilela did very well, dominated the midfield from the get-go, took the opportunities, and got UJ into the driving seat. Well, that will be quite encouraging, as the 3 points are massive for the University of Johannesburg. They have now 7 goals that they've scored thus far, as the referee brings an end to a fantastic match, as 6 goals were scored on the day. A tough day at the office for TUT. We'll have a look at those goals that were scored, and plenty thereof, 6 in total. Well, as those goals started with Lusanda Mavundla, and Dlamini getting into the spoils. She too receives the player of the match, and we confirm the scoreline from the old Peter Mokaba Stadium. TUT 2, the University of Johannesburg 4. And what a thriller. Do join me for the game at 6 p.m, which is Dipkloof Ladies up against TS Galaxy, as we have a look at the statistics that tell the story of the dominance